Born in the moonlight. Ain't no fair to say. Can't bring the sunlight.
Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Changeling. We're here with William's route, our cutie here. I really pray that he trusts us. I'm sure he's gonna trust us eventually down the line, because right now he's very in the phase of, I guess, skepticism about everything, like trying to just tell us to not sit next to him. Anyway, I have to say that I'm definitely ready for the quiz. Same. Not that I was ever concerned about a quiz in literature in the first place, but it was nice to be confident an A was in my immediate future. I grabbed my bag, shoving all my things in before zipping it up and slipping one strap over my shoulder. I'm glad we're doing one more Shakespeare play this unit. I agree. I think we'll be starting Much Ado About Nothing next. Miss Roberts mentioned it when we started A Midsummer's Night Dream. Oh, I like that one. Though seriously, what's the deal with romantic comedies? William smiled slightly as the two of us made our way to the door. Everyone else had already cleared out, but that was kind of normal. It felt like we were nearly always among the last to leave. Not that I really minded. Maybe Miss Roberts likes them. I think they're fun. Oh, you like romantic comedy, William? How funny, you're about to get one. Right now. I like them too. I can't handle sad things. A good tragedy helps put things in perspective sometimes. No, fuck that. I mean, real life, there's always sad moments. You read to escape the reality, okay? To be honest, I like them too. Especially Much Ado About Nothing, actually. It's one of my favorites. The banter is probably some of the most entertaining dialogue I've ever read. And it probably sounds silly considering I've never once thought about a career in acting, but I'm pretty sure the part of Beatrice was made for me. I can definitely see that. I grinned at him. Right? Born to speak all mirth and no matter. I paused in the door, letting out a soft sigh at the sight of the jam-packed hall. Well, here goes. I shot William a smile as I stepped into the hall, but I had not taken half a step when gravity decided to give my book bag a playful pull backwards. Watch out! His warning didn't come fast enough. The weight of books shifted and yanked the opening door downward. Everything slid onto the floor in a slow cascade. What? His little spirit, I think maybe, like, I have a feeling his spirits are gonna be jealous and torment us. Just like how Sean and Derek were the ones tormenting us during Danny's route. My reflexes weren't nearly quick enough to catch it all, or, you know, any of it. I scrambled to scoop up the fallen papers and books before they were trampled to bits. Good grief! William crouched beside me to help. I gave him a pained smile. I must have forgotten to zip it up. I was really certain I zipped it though, but this happened a lot lately. I was almost getting used to it. Sort of. William quickly scraped together some of the fallen papers and handed them over. Thank you. No problem. I shoved the jumble back in the bag, snatching up a research journal and the last of the fallen pencils. Ugh, we actually see these two bitches. What? The sound of laughter caught my attention. I looked up to see Kara and a few others passing by. Look at that. Kara just smirked. Emery leaned close to whisper something to her. I thought I caught the phrase bad luck. Serves her right. They both snickered again as they looked my way. I feel like I need to make her voice a little bitchy because she's the bitch in the high school or whatever the hell we're in here. I rolled my eyes in a particularly dramatic way just for their benefit. How stupid. William frowned as he watched them pass. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for this. It's not your fault. I should have zipped up my book bag. I should go. If you're seen with me, people are just going to start talking about you too. People see us together all the time. We kind of sit next to each other in class. That's not the same. I mean, if they see us out here. That didn't sit well with me. I mean, I knew it was true, kind of. In fact, William was the only member of the club that actually had people whisper about him. Even if the club itself was known to be strange, most of the more active members seemed to be well-liked or even popular. But William definitely had the reputation of being the weird kid. Even so, I shot him a smile. People already talk about me anyway, and I don't care, regardless. I stood and offered him my hand, but he didn't take it. I'll see you later. Yep, see you in art. Oh, we have art class together. William stepped into the crowd, heading the opposite direction from my class. He didn't get far, though. Another boy slammed into him, sending him stumbling back into me. Whoa, this is really not our day. How did he fly back to me? What? I got him by the shoulders and we both staggered back into the door frame, which politely jammed itself into my spine and glared after the culprit. Hey, watch where you're going. The words slipped out before I realized I was yelling in William's ear. He straightened. straight and looking down and away from me as a slow blush creeped into his cheeks. Are we the same height? It's okay. The boy, what I knew from some of my other classes, paused, passes without a word, merely sparing a quick glare my way. It's not okay. You don't just run over people like that. I hope that behavior comes back to haunt you, jerk. Michiko, it's really okay. You don't have to get mad at something like that. He really needs to stand up for himself more. Too late? This is what you do during traffic jams. Yelling at reckless people is required. Like this. Watch. Hey! Hit and runs are illegal, you know. Oh, have we seen you before? No, right? The guy heard that one because he was heading back our way with a scowl on his face. Oops. You see, in reality, even in car jams, they can totally come back, turn around, and follow you because they get angry. He was twice the size of both of us put together, and I really didn't want anyone to get hit. I grinned at William and grabbed his hand, dragging him out onto the hall. Out into the hall. Come on, after you pick a fight, the getaway is the best part. Michiko, wait! Excuse us coming through! Hey, did you have something to say to me? Luke. Oh, it's Luke. I already said it, thanks. I couldn't quite keep the grin off my face as I looked over my shoulder and picked up the pace, squeezing us both through the crowd. Luke didn't seem like he was going to give up, though. Isn't your class the other... I said, wait! Nope, there was a rather loud crash and all the attention instantly went to something behind us. I glanced over my shoulder and... Well, I didn't see what Luke tripped over, but it did see him sprawled in the middle of the hall, with his books and papers scattered everywhere. Ouch. Looks like he hit his face first, too. I felt some pity, but not much. Well, you reap what you sow. Luke scrambled to his feet and shot a fearful look our way before swiping his stuff and scurrying off. Good grief, we weren't anywhere near him. William looked horrified. Is it his spirit friends? I need to go. What's... Sorry. He clutched his books closer to him and fled down the hall before I could finish. Everyone parted for him, letting him pass. It was kind of weirdly quiet for a minute before everyone started moving again. Okay, that was odd. Something on the floor caught my eye. A black photo with William's name printed neatly on the upper right corner. Did he drop that? Well, I mean, he obviously did since it was on the floor. I picked it up, but he was already gone by then. Dang it. I slid the photo in my bag, figuring I'd have to give it to him later. I really needed to get to Trig before the bell rang anyway. My little road rage incident had kind of taken up a fair bit of time. I was just trying to make him laugh, though. Not that it worked. My girl's really trying out here, to be honest. I really keep thinking that's blood on the freaking window because trauma of other games, but that's not blood on the windows. The freaking trays. Morning classes went by quickly, and I soon found myself heading down to the cafeteria for lunch. I immediately searched for William when I entered, hoping I could return the photo he dropped, but he wasn't at his usual spot. Which, that happens sometimes. Usually he sat by himself at an isolated table. Sometimes he didn't show up at all. Guess today was one of those days. I meandered to where I had been sitting recently, a table with Ellie and Danny and a few of their friends, except Danny and Ellie weren't there. Hey, we saved you a seat. Thanks, guys. Where's everyone else? I don't know where Mozzie is. Danny got dragged off earlier by a couple guys he knows, so he'll probably show up later. I don't know why he even talks to those two. I lifted an eyebrow. Those two? Just some troublemakers who've latched onto him, but you know how he is. He doesn't tell people no. I think he just likes to help people, I guess. Hey, do either of you have class with William Lee? I need to give something to him, but I haven't seen him since this morning. Nope, sorry. Me either. Sorry, not neither. What do you need to give him? Oh, he dropped something in the hall earlier. I was planning to give it back to him at lunch, but he's not here, so... Hopefully he hadn't left early again. He'd missed one day of school already, and he left early the previous day. I didn't know if he was sick or not. He seemed fine in literature if you discounted the circles under his eyes, so he might not be sleeping well. To be honest, it could have been anything. I'd known him for a week, and though we had a couple of classes and one extracurricular club together, it's not like I knew much about him. Besides the main things, Ghost, ESP, and all that. What did he drop anyway? Just a photo. It was on our way out of literature. Oh, saying of which, I heard you totally picked a fight in the hall earlier. Ugh, how does this stuff get around so fast? He just laughed at that. You got in a fight? It was not a fight. I heard the other guy ended up face first on the ground. That wasn't my fault. What on earth happened? I can't believe I haven't heard this one yet. I want to hear the story of Michiko taking out some guy in the hall. Where's my popcorn? Oh my god. it is so not an interesting story. He tripped. I had nothing to do with it. You tripped him? Sneaky. I wasn't anywhere near him. He just ran into William and nearly knocked him over. And you know how William is. He didn't say anything, so I did. Then the guy just tripped over his own feet and fell. Thank you very much. Oh, William was involved. That part was left out of the version I heard, but if he was there, that explains it then. What does that mean? You didn't know? That kind of stuff happens around William all the time. That's why people, kind of try to keep their distance. That guy was lucky he only tripped. I mean, I've heard of way worse stuff happening to people who cross William. Cross William? I've literally never seen William mad. Granted, I've known him for a week. Yeah, but people who mess with him definitely end up hurt. A lot. Or they used to. Until everyone figured out not to mess with him. Is that what William had meant about people seeing strange things happen around him? Yeah, even the teachers have learned to just keep their distance and keep their other kids away. That's why he never partners up with other people, even for group assignments. I'm his partner in literature. Whoa, seriously? You should definitely not do that. I mean, it came down to him, Mark, Louis, or sitting alone. Definitely would have chosen to sit alone if those were my options. William's really nice though, like super nice. It's not niceness that's the problem. You probably don't know this because you moved away right before he moved to town, but every lab partner he had in middle school ended up in the hospital. Every person he worked with for any project. Seriously? That could just be a rumor. It's really not though. I sat by him for a couple of weeks last year. He used to always whisper to himself, and it was always super cold when he was around. Okay, that I had to say probably was ghost related. I mean, I'd suspected the temperature thing before, though I hadn't asked about it yet. That said, I've never heard him whisper to himself. Look, I'm just saying, he's weird, and weird stuff happens around him. I begged to be moved away from him. He shuddered. I chewed my lip for a second. I mean, I wasn't going to deny that I noticed that the weird little things that happen sometimes, just like my book bag earlier. Oh my god. That scribble sound always scares me. But books on the ground were a pretty far cry from me being hospitalized. I think a lot of the rumors are probably exaggerated. I'm really surprised that someone in the Mysteries Club is so staunchly discounting a mystery around someone. It's because I'm in the Mysteries Club with him that I know William is harmless. But the freak accidents in middle school really happen. Those aren't exaggeration. I mean, it's kind of scary, even if he's nice. I really feel like it's not William's fault, though. It's the spirits around him. I'm gonna defend him. Holy shit, that's a paragraph. I could imagine that if William's ghosts were prone to doing things like knocking a lunch tray from my hands, or even possibly pulling on my backpack, they could do worse as well. But William hadn't said anything about his ghosts actually hurting people. I just had a hard time believing he'd let that happen without doing something about it. I really think people are overreacting to a few coincidences, that's all. Maybe, but you weren't here. You didn't see. See what? Danny! I was so relieved to see him and Elliot, who was right behind him. I hope they could help me just move us to a different topic or something, or at least defend William. Danny pulled out a chair and had a seat. He leaned on the table and shot us an easy smile. What are you guys talking about? It's really difficult to move on from one route to another, especially if that current route that you just finished, the homeboy is right here. James looked away sheepishly. Just, William, and how not creepy he is. Will? Definitely not creepy. He's one of the nicest guys I know. He grinned as he flopped down next to Danny, right? I guess he just comes across different when you know him well. Or when you just don't believe every rumor you hear. He really is nice. I mean, I've talked to him sometimes because of art club, though he never gets involved or anything. I wasn't trying to say anything bad about him. I just remembered hearing that stuff is all. It just really sucks to have people say that kind of thing behind your back. I speak from experience. I'm sorry. I didn't really mean it that way. I know you didn't. You're fine right now. This is James. James, don't believe in every rumor, okay, bro? Even though you sat next to him. I gave her a slight smile, though I couldn't deny being a little frustrated. Raina was a nice girl. I knew she probably didn't mean anything by it. James too, really. He was a sweetheart, definitely a lover of gossip though. Look, I know that people like talking about that stuff because it's mysterious and strange, and it's just fun to think about mysteries, even manufactured ones. It's just that I know what it's like to be on the other side of it too, that's all. I understand. I think William attracts attention because, well, there are rumors about him from middle school, and now that we're in high school, he doesn't get involved with any people. I doubt anyone outside the Mysteries Club knows anything about him. Rumors from middle school, huh? Yep, I could definitely relate to that. Anyway, Danny, I wanted to ask if you're coming to the Halloween party. Can't skip it. We already know about them saying they can't go because they're gonna do the spirit event thing during the same day. But anyway, this is where I'm actually going to stop. We haven't hit a CG art with William yet. I think maybe it's still a bit too early, maybe? I'm not quite sure. But, William, we have your side. We're always going to protect you and defend you in any kind of way. Because I'm getting really interested. I really want William to tell us what actually happened in the middle school period for him. Because how did those students get sent to hospital? I have no idea, but I feel like they probably screwed up with William a whole lot or gave William a lot of stress, because I feel like his spirits are probably like his friends, even though he doesn't want them to be friends, but he grew up with them, so they're the only ones that really has seen him since he was young, so they should understand him more than anyone else. So maybe there's a reason why those people went to the hospital. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
혼자 주저앉아 생각만 커져가 언제부터